How cruel, Molly. What did I ever do to you? We don't need you anymore. I'm going to live here with my mom, so pack your stuff and get out. My mother-in-law and husband interrupted me and said that. They didn't even want to listen to what I had to say. I felt myself falling out of love. I'm Molly, 27 years old. I've been married to my husband Ryan for 1.5 years. He can be a bit indecisive, but I thought that someone less aggressive would be better to spend every day with. So I decided to marry him. We both work, but we've managed to cooperate and get along well. That's when the incident happened, right after the New Year. The signal for the start of the incident was the intercom ringing at 7 a.m. on Sunday. As a working couple, we were still dreaming at 7 a.m. on Sundays. From the fatigue of weekdays, it takes more than a little to wake up. In the end, we lost to the persistent intercom ringing over and over again. Hello? Who is this? I looked at the monitor with sleepy eyes and a raspy morning voice. My mother-in-law, Christine, was standing there. Molly, why are you making me wait like this? Whoa. What? Are you okay, Christine? Her wailing voice echoed through the early morning. I was shocked and woke up my husband. Hastening half asleep Ryan, we both opened the front door, still in our pajamas. Mom, what's going on? Coming here so early in the morning. Ryan, help me, please. I've been kicked out. She cried even louder as she said this. All right. Come on in. Once inside, she sat in the middle of the 3-seater sofa. What happened, Mom? Did you get into a fight with Emily? I didn't get into any fight. Emily just kicked me out. Emily is the wife of my husband's older brother. Christine has been living with the eldest son and his wife. Pretending to prepare coffee for the 3 of us, I took refuge in the kitchen. She was kicked out of the eldest son's house? What the? While waiting for the water to boil, I strained my ears to listen. I've been told all along that I'm the reason the utility bills are high, or that they don't like the seasoning of the meals. Isn't that terrible? Man, she's got so much energy in the morning. There's no hesitation in her litany of complaints. I let out a big sigh. My relationship with her isn't actually very good. We just don't click. If I choose right, she chooses left. If I say something is good, she says it's bad. That's how it feels in every aspect. She had already been living with the eldest son and his wife when Ryan and I got married. So I was relieved that I would never have to live with her. But this was like a bolt from the blue. I never expected Christine to be kicked out and come to our house. Finally, this morning, I couldn't stand it anymore, and I talked back. And then they told me to leave. I'm so sad and feel so pathetic. I don't think Emily is such an unreasonable person, though. I wonder if that's true. Here's some coffee. Thank you, Molly. You'll be on my side too, won't you? Huh? I'm so glad. I have nowhere else to go. Please, let me stay here. What? It's precisely this aspect of Christine where she just decides things on her own that I have a hard time with. I had a tough time at our wedding because of this. She decided on the wedding cake and my dress all by herself. Don't make decisions without us. It's our wedding. Since her and my tastes are completely opposite, none of it felt right. It was a real struggle to persuade her without offending her and make changes in line with our wishes. It's a bitter memory. Even after getting married, she makes plans for things like memorial services and Christmas without consulting us or considering our plans. Thanks to her, we have to adjust our schedules, work, and go through various difficulties. I have common sense, you know. I'm not thinking of doing anything terrible like taking over your room. I'll just take a little space in Ryan's room, so don't worry. Oh, hell no! I can't see any common sense in this. And she's gonna live here? She can't just spring this up on us like this. Our home is a 2-bedroom company-owned apartment. Ryan and I each have our own room. There are no rooms for her. Even if she says she'll share my husband's room, our small home will quickly become cramped. It's bound to be chaotic. Is she trying to settle in? My mother-in-law in our house? This Sunday morning is turning into a disaster. After breakfast, Christine retreated to Ryan's room. He also went to his room to listen to her story. I let out a deep sigh as I cleaned up after the three of us. First, let's hear what Emily has to say. I'll leave my husband to listen to Christine's side of the story. I need to understand the situation by putting together both sides of the story. Hey, you two! I'm going out to buy groceries for lunch. I called out from the living room, and Ryan and Christine popped their heads out of the door. All right, drive safe. Be safe. Okay. Two similar faces were peeking out from the door. Ah, these two really are a parent and child with shared blood, I thought to myself again. I went shopping and stopped by the park to call my sister-in-law, Emily. I had emailed her before leaving the house, so she answered right away. Oh, Molly, are you okay? Christine must be causing you trouble, she said as soon as she opened her mouth. Emily, are you by any chance quite upset? It's my husband who's more upset than I am. Your husband? Oh? My brother-in-law never came up in Christine's story, and he's upset? What on earth could it be? What has she told you guys? I honestly told her what I had heard from Christine. Then Emily said, Aha! Just as I thought. And started talking in a serious tone. Molly, you better not believe what Christine says. Here's my sister-in-law's side of the story. Before Christine and her eldest son's family started living together, they had discussed how much money each would contribute to the household every month. But that agreement was only followed for the first few months. Christine is now not contributing a single penny. My brother-in-law has repeatedly asked her to keep her promises, but she doesn't listen. At some point, Christine quit her job. And after she quit her job, she started stealing money Emily had left in the house. She stole money that was for groceries, gas, and even their children's ballet class tuition. When Emily finally confronted her, Christine played the victim. This situation had actually been going on for a long time. Ryan and I were blissfully unaware of it. Emily and her husband tried their best not to leave any money in the house. Perhaps it was a matter of pride, but Christine didn't ask them for money and managed to get by on her own savings and pension. That's where my husband comes in. A little while ago, he gave his mother some pocket money, saying he had won some money gambling. From that point on, the tide changed. Christine started praising Ryan more than his older brother. And then this morning, I've had enough of this terrible life. I'm sure Ryan would treat me much better. Christine burst into the bedroom of the eldest son and his wife saying that. And without giving them a chance to talk, she stormed out. That was before 6 a.m. today. I was puzzled. Her story was completely different from Christine's. Emily advised me out of concern. Don't make any promises or agreements with Christine. Don't believe her. Okay, I won't. I replied and hung up the phone. While shopping, I compared the stories of Christine and Emily. I didn't know what to believe. For now, I needed to talk to Ryan. I'm home! When I returned home, Christine and Ryan had moved to the living room. The two of them greeted me with smiles. We're going out to buy the things Mom needs for her daily life. Molly, you can rest. We'll eat out for lunch too. Huh? I did say I was going shopping for lunch, right? Going out to eat? Huh? And what does she mean she needs things for her daily life? Oh God, please don't tell me she's really planning on staying here for good. Well, we'll be going then. Huh? Wait, hold on. Without listening to me, my husband and mother-in-law left. Unbelievable. This is unacceptable. I don't care if I'm called narrow-minded. I do not want to live with my mother-in-law. Hell no. It'd be too stressful and mentally exhausting. My life would be nothing but misery. What should I do? It doesn't seem like Christine has any intention of going back to Emily's place. My husband seems to be accepting the idea of living with his mother. I have a feeling that once Christine leaves, Emily and her husband won't chase after her. This is bad. I'm at a complete disadvantage. What a shitty life. As I lamented and rolled around on my bed, I suddenly felt something was off. My makeup tools seemed to have been moved. Did Christine use them? If she was going to use them, she should have asked. I mean, I don't even want her entering my room without permission. There's no proof yet that she entered the room and used the cosmetics, but I felt disgusted. I might be overly sensitive after hearing Emily's story, but there's definitely a sense of unease. I felt anxious and searched the room. Closet, bookshelf, trinket box. I inadvertently let out a sound. Out of the $300 I had in the drawer, $100 was gone. This money was supposed to be deposited in the bank tomorrow. There should definitely be $300, but only $200 is here. You must be joking. Emily's credibility increases. With the information from Emily and the missing $100, I could clearly picture Christine taking my money in my mind. I felt a sense of crisis. I can't stand getting involved in money problems on top of not getting along with her. This can't go on. There's no way I can live with her. She and my husband came back at 9 p.m. I was finally able to talk to him when Christine went to take a bath. Hey, what are we gonna do about your mother from now on? She's gonna live here. I don't want that. I can't live together with her. What? What's that supposed to mean? It means I don't want to live with her. You're cold, you know. She was kicked out from my brother's place. Well, it seems like she wasn't kicked out. Emily told me that she left on her own. Even so, we can't kick out my mom with nowhere to go. It doesn't have to be right away, but she could rent an apartment or something, and once it's ready, she could live there, right? You know she and I don't get along, right? That's just because you're completely dismissing her feelings. You used to complain about how difficult she is too. Did I? I forgot. But come on, living together is no big deal, right? She says she'll pay us her living expenses. I can't trust that verbal promise. How cruel. How cruel, Molly. What did I ever do to you? Huh? A shrill scream echoed from behind me. It turned out Christine had come out of the bath and was in the living room. It hadn't even been 5 minutes. Her bath was apparently just a quick dip. You thought of me like that? I can't leave my precious son to someone like you. Divorce him. Excuse me? Whoa, that came out of nowhere. My son is wonderful. He takes care of his mother, understands my feelings, and is kind. He's much more capable than his older brother. It's a shame he's the second son. I can't give such a good boy to someone like you with a twisted personality. Divorce him. I'll live with my son. Get out. Christine ranted, but her face seemed to be smiling somewhere. This is strange. Why are you smiling like that, Christine? Huh? That was a really quick bath. Weren't you waiting outside the room for me to say something wrong? Your hair is dry even though there is no sound of a hairdryer. What? That's not true. How rude. She was clearly flustered. Ryan was looking away, avoiding eye contact with me. How easy to read. The two of them were conspiring to kick me out. I could feel the blood rushing to my head. Who's the cruel one here? Ryan, what's going on? Huh? Me? Who else? Well, He looked back and forth between me and his mother. My eyes were narrowed in anger while Christine had a creepy grin on her face. Ryan, it's okay. Just say it, she urged him. Then he nodded and suddenly spoke up clearly. I'd rather live with my mom than with you. You're the one who should leave. Pack your things and get out right now. Excuse me? He was taken aback for a moment by the force of my voice. See? My son says he can't live with you either. Molly, you're the fifth wheel. Christine pointed her finger at me as if she was blaming me for everything. Yeah, that's right. My husband chimed in, waving his arm. What the? He was scared just a while ago. I never got along with my mother-in-law in the first place, but today, just now, my love for my husband disappeared completely. Not a single piece remained. What's with this jerk? He doesn't listen to a single word his wife says and just does whatever his mother tells him. It's infuriating. Just unforgivable. Fine, divorce it is. Huh? Divorce? Molly, at least in the end you get it. Very nice. I'm very happy for you, Ryan. Uh-huh? What? What do you mean, what? And who the F is she to judge me as very nice? I don't need alimony. I'll take all the furniture and appliances that I bought. Is that okay with you? Yeah, that's fine. It's fine, right, Ryan? Christine seemed very pleased. My husband's eyes were wide open, unable to follow the rapidly unfolding conversation. It's not my problem even if you two regret it later. That night, I downloaded the divorce papers from the City Hall's website and filled them out. I might have decided on the divorce in the heat of the moment. But I absolutely refuse to live a life parasitized by my mother-in-law. I don't need a husband who treats me as a nuisance just because he's manipulated. Christine volunteered to be a witness on the divorce papers. I submitted the divorce papers promptly. I quickly proceeded with the moving process too. Since turning in the divorce papers, I had not spoken a word to my husband or his mother. It felt like we were strangers who happened to be on the same train. It was uncomfortable. But I only had to endure it until I moved. On the day of the move, I gave instructions to the movers and had them carry my belongings out. My furniture and appliances were quickly taken away. Upon seeing this, Christine let out a surprised, "What?" Wait a minute, Molly. Why are you removing the air conditioner? Because I bought it. Where did the TV go? The TV is mine too. So is the washing machine, vacuum cleaner, microwave, hair dryer, and so on. Before getting married, Ryan lived in a one-room apartment with furniture and appliances included. On the other hand, I lived in a regular rental apartment with my own purchased furniture. When we decided to live together after getting married, I brought most of my stuff here. We only replaced the refrigerator with a bigger one when we got married, so I'll leave that behind. And the scale too. What are you doing? Put them back. We can't live like this. Ryan knows that most of the furniture and appliances are mine. Right, Ryan? He was dumbfounded as he watched our belongings being carried away. The movers were concerned about the exchange between Christine and me. But I asked them to proceed without worrying about it. Throughout the process, she continued to criticize and blame me. She attacked me openly and directly, grumbling from the sideline and pretending to cry while watching with disbelief together with my husband. She attacked me in various ways. It's amazing how she could showcase such a diverse repertoire in such a short time. In a way, I think it's incredible. Perhaps my brother-in-law was overwhelmed by constantly being bad-mouthed by her in a similar way. I sympathized with him. When all the work was finished, I asked Christine, "By the way, have you and your son decided where you'll be moving?" Moving? Yes, because this place is a company-owned apartment rented by my company. What? She was as shocked as if a natural disaster had occurred. Company housing? From your workplace, Molly? Yes, that's right. So when I leave, the two of you can't stay here. What? I've informed my company about the divorce and given them my husband's contact information. I think you'll be hearing from the Human Resources Department soon. Well then, goodbye. I cheerfully shouted my farewell. Christine had a stunned look on her face. Ryan just nodded vaguely. My new place is a single-occupancy rented company apartment. I have been living in a family-type company apartment till now. Moving closer to work shortened my commute, giving me more time in the morning. I only have to do housework for one person. I can enjoy drinking alcohol however I want. Oh my God, living alone is so nice. I'm overwhelmed by the wonders of living by myself. As I enjoyed a drink after work, my phone rang. It was from my ex-husband. Feeling tipsy and in a good mood, my spirits were high. I shouldn't have answered the call, but I did. Molly, it was my fault. Please come back. As soon as I picked up the phone, my ex-husband shouted, I'm already home. No, I mean, I want you to come back here. Huh? Why? He's saying something ridiculous. I couldn't help but laugh. I got a call from your company's HR department. They said I could stay here as is. Well, good for you. No, it's not. The rent here is $1,900. Well, it is in a good location. It's a family apartment near the station. The rent would be about that much. Until now, there was rent assistance from my company, and the remaining portion not covered by the assistance was split between my ex and me. That was the $300 I had at home. And Christine stole $100 of that. I was manipulated by my mom. She said she had nowhere to go, that only I could help her, and that she was relying on me. I got carried away by her flattery and tried to protect her, so I ended up being harsh on you, Molly. I didn't really want to divorce. Oh, I see. But we're already divorced, aren't we? Too late. Besides, I can't make ends meet with just my income. I can't afford to buy appliances, pay rent, and take care of my mom. It's too late for that now. He should have known that all along. Molly, I was wrong. Please, come back. But you told me to leave, remember? Besides, there's no way I could ever be related to your mom again. Well then, goodbye. Wait, Molly, please. I turned off my phone and drank a beer. Ah, this is so good. I don't need a husband who neglects his wife just because he's a little flattered. I completely forgot about my ex-husband and happily got drunk. The next morning, I rushed to work in a panic. Since I had turned off my phone, the alarm didn't go off and I almost overslept. That was close. I arrived at work just before the start of the day and checked my phone at my desk. As expected, there were countless messages from my ex. I ignored them all. What I wanted to see was... there it is. An email from my sister-in-law. Yes, an email from Emily. Are you enjoying living alone? Thanks to you, our family has completed the move as well. Thank you. Great, their move is complete too. In fact, I had anticipated that my ex would give in, so I proposed the move to Emily and her husband. It's likely that my ex won't be able to maintain the standard of living that his mom demands. So she would return to Emily's place. Of course, they would want to avoid that. So before she shamelessly comes back, they should disappear. I proposed this idea when I asked them to be witnesses for the divorce papers. Emily and her husband had several discussions and decided to move. I don't know where they moved to. I texted Emily. Congratulations! I'm relieved. A few months later, my ex and his mother moved out from the company housing. They had no choice but to move. Naturally, he couldn't afford the $1,900 rent and maintain their lifestyle. Their new place is an old apartment far away from the station. It's in the opposite direction of my new home. Christine thought she and her son would be living in a family apartment near the station. Her expectations were shattered, and she's already blaming her son. Of course, she didn't contribute the money she promised to. She tried to return to Emily's place once, but they had already moved. Someone else is living at their old address. She doesn't know where they went. So she returned to her son's place, grumbling and exploding with anger. Every time something happens, he contacts me and asks for help. I didn't give a shit. I enjoy being alone. Recently, I got fed up with the constant updates from my ex and changed my phone number. Now I don't have to deal with Christine either. I don't have to worry about being stuck with a weak-willed man who can't see the future and is always at his mom's beck and call. This divorce has set my life back on track. I just turned 27 this year. Even though I failed at marriage once, it doesn't hurt or bother me. There's still so much more to life.